give the honor to God who's ahead of my life, and we surrendered to Him. I'm just so proud of this young team. They're resilient. I tell you, I give credit to Akron. They absolutely shot the ball. 15 threes is amazing for any team. We have a great conference. We're growing this conference. This conference is more than a one-team NCAA bid, in my opinion. Anytime I get a stage, I'm going to continue to fight for everyone that's in this conference. But this team right here, these rookies on my right side here, you didn't know when their number was going to be called. And I just said, just stay ready. And putting Aleka on the best player, arguably, in the conference, in that 3 spot, not that 2 spot, that belongs to Joe. But in that 3 spot was a lot to ask for a rookie. She said, let me try. And she not only tried, the young lady didn't score that many points at all. And Gabby having to come in halfway through the 3rd quarter to take over the entire team and to take those threes and to push that ball and to give those fun passes. It made everybody relax. So we're getting better. We got a long way to go, but we're going to enjoy this moment for sure.
Raise your hand if you got a question for our students.
Okay, Joanna, if you had said you would need 87 points and you'd be without Stephanie for a half, what would you have thought?
Probably wouldn't have thought it was possible, but you know, these people to my left and my right, they made it possible. I mean, we've challenged them all year to be the best they could be, especially coach, and I think tonight it showed. They stepped up in tremendous ways, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
Gabby, when Stephanie goes out, here you go, big stage, middle of the game. What's going through your mind, and how did you sort of get comfortable out there just like that?
You know, like what Coach Jack said, like you never know when your number's going to get called, so you always got to stay ready. Yeah.
And then you start hitting shot after shot. Was there a point where you thought, I'm no longer, trying to adjust, I am adjusted, I'm comfortable out there?
I think, like, confidence, like, brought to this game. Like, when I was open, I'm going to shoot it because I know it's going to go in. And, yeah.
Just for any of the players, did you get the sense that they were a little stunned by the fact that you didn't fold when you lost Stephanie? Because their reaction on the bench when she went out was like you would have thought they just won the game.
Yeah, like Stephanie is the head of our body, so I'm sure like when she got fouled out, they said that, oh, I have this game in my hand, but that's not the case. That we always pull through whoever we have on the floor. So.
Go ahead. Yeah. Just could you talk about the last basket, the rebound put back? Just talk about what you saw, what happened. You missed the free throw, and how'd you get the ball, and what happened?
Well, when I let go of the ball, I knew it wasn't going in, and I followed the ball with my eyes, and they tipped it back to me, and I grabbed it, and I just put it up. I was right under the basket, so I had to do.
Cassie.
Again, you
Cassie,
guys.
Yeah, Cassie tipped it to me, so.
You guys, again, seemed to, when it was coming down to the important moments, have the composure. You forced turnovers. They were the ones who took the less productive shots and had turnovers. How did you guys do that, and what really led to that? Joanna first.
I think we kind of took the lead from our coach, Coach Jack. I know we always talk about poise with Stephanie, and we always say one stop, one score. So we knew we had the lead in most games where we have the lead with under 5 minutes to go. We're the team that comes out on top, and I think we know that. So we just tried to milk the clock and get the best shot we could take.
You average 6 minutes a game. So now, in the biggest game, in this team's history, you're out there the whole second half. Were you thinking about the significance of this? Or?
No, I wasn't thinking about my minutes. I was just thinking about like playing defense, doing my job, doing what I have to do, locking number 15 down, and yeah, that's it. I wasn't really thinking about my minutes at all.
What was Coach Jack had confidence in you. Why do you feel like you've been coming on a little? Why did she put you in the game? In your perspective.
Yeah, in my perspective, all season at practices, I guard Joanna. And she's our best player, so guarding her all season, I stay ready to guard any other best player on any other team in the conference. Like, I'm always ready to play defense, so, yeah.
And then, Gabby, you have hit 23s this year, not for a great percentage, but, do you feel like, how do you view yourself as a three-point shooter?
Not that great so far. I still need to, practice my three-point shooting because I'm still inconsistent. But, I'll still get better.
Did you hit a lot? Did you shoot a lot of threes in high school?
Yes.
Right.
Again, for any of the players, your coach told me yesterday you respect everyone and fear no one. Do you think, and how did she prepare you to not fear that moment? Because it was kind of scary even just sitting there watching.
I would really say that for that moment, our practices are kind of like the same, high energy. So if we practice like that now, when we play in the game, moments like that, I think they don't alter us at all because we've been in that situation plenty of times at practice. So I think the whole team knew how to adjust and how to handle moments like that.
Joanna, at halftime, it's 46-41.
Right.
I mean, so this game is not going the way you don't really want to play games in the 90s, right? So what were you thinking? I mean, are you thinking we got to slow it down, or you think we're just going to keep going at them?
We definitely had to change how we play defense. They had 27 points from the three at halftime. That's what we're not about defensively. So we had to kind of change our mentality defensively, try to stop them, try to get some easy buckets, and I think we did that.
Any further questions for our students? If not, maybe you should head up to the locker room.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right.
Coach, what did you tell Gabby? Maybe after talking to Stephanie, what do you tell her when you have a chance to kind of gather her and get her ready for that?
She's game ready. She went, I think, 4 state championships. It's just what we were concerned with was defense. And you got Mariah and Cassie vouching for her. They said, Coach, we got her. She lacks on defense. We got her back. She was the one to go in. And one thing I love about her is her IQ for the game. She's going to be ready. We just think that Stephanie is a little bit more seasoned, if you will. But for Gabby to play like that on this type of stage, it shows me that this is the stage she loves to be on. And so this is our time to release her to the world.
Just to, you've kind of spoken to this, but the significance of what are you thinking to win playing their style with them having somebody score 24 points who averages 1 a game, and without your point guard? Can you put this into, what does this mean to you?
It's not about any individual. I think I said it yesterday, although, Stephanie and Joanna are very big parts of our puzzle. We recruited 14 kids to play, and when your time comes, you must be ready. And so we don't practice as if those 2 are the most special ones and the other ones get yelled at. They all get yelled at equally. They all are asked to do the same things equally. They're all asked to control that locker room equally. And so none of them feel like they're beneath or better. And that's, I think, the best way to raise a family. And that's what we're trying to do, is trying to raise a family. No sibling is more important than the other. And when Stephanie went out, there was no hesitation on giving Gabby this opportunity, because I knew Joe wasn't going to let her be out there by herself, and I knew Mariah and Cassie was going to do everything they can if she got beat, that they were going to have her back. So we're growing this thing in the way that he sees fit.
And then talk to us about tempo. I mean, obviously 46-41 is, knew that this was not the way you wanted this game to go.
No, we certainly want to slow it down a little bit, because as a coach, you think you know everything, you know your team. Well, I was wrong. We can score the basketball, and we could tit for tat it, if you will. And we felt like we were going to push it. I was trying to slow them down. They wasn't even listening to me. They were like, we're going. And I just said, this is a rebound then. Sometimes you got to step away and allow these kids to evolve. And I'm smart enough to know that I don't know everything. And so sometimes you got to go off the feel of your team. And today, that's what we did. Stephanie was pushing this pace really aggressively. Stephanie got so high because everybody else they were gagging for air in the first 3 minutes. It was like they were hyperventilating, and we were all on Stephanie's shoulders. And then when she went down, they realized that she was trying on her own. It's time for us to do our part. And then the others stepped up. I'm just so thrilled that this team is a team, and no one person is going to stop this thing. Yes,
Coach,
sir.
what do you think the cumulative effect of your defense was on Anita Brown? There were times she looked gassed, frustrated,
Yeah, we held her to 22. The young lady's special. The young lady's going to play, and you're going to find her in the WNBA eventually, if not right already. We just kind of tried different things. We went man-to-man, and Stephanie had to guard her, and she went on the block and posted her up, and we knew the next step, although Leka didn't play a lot of minutes, she was the best defender in the guard position on our team. And we had to release her and let her try. And when she stopped at the first 2 possessions, we was like, we're going to stick with it until the wheels fall off. We didn't stop her. She still hit a 3 down the stretch, but we made it very difficult, so she got a little bit tired.
Thinking back to all the effort that's gone into building this program, all the hard work, to finally have this opportunity for the first time staring you in the face, what goes through your mind, and what do you tell your team going in?
Thank you. Thank you to Danny White. Thank you to Satish Tripathi, my president. Thank you to Alan Green, my sport administrator, for allowing me to be as crazy as I need to be to change the way people see women's basketball here at University at Buffalo, for allowing me to be passionate without apologizing. You know, that's what I feel. I feel this can get done if I can do it a certain way, and they allow me to do it my way, and they come in as, you need anything? No? Okay, good. And, you know, I got another new sport administrator in Eric, and they all believe that you don't have to slowly build one team at a time. Let's build a dynasty. Let's all go. Let's get softball, and let's get, you know, football. Let's get basketball. Let's all get to the top. And the way the administration is run at Buffalo, every coach feel they have wings and that we can fly.
Back to the idea of not fearing anything, and when those girls don't fear that moment, the ones that don't play much, is that kind of a coach's dream to see that expressed?
One thing I never call them are girls. I can't coach girls. Girls can't play for me. And we asked them to really understand the magnitude of what you are being called. No disrespect, but we are young ladies and we are fighters, and I'm growing young ladies to be phenomenal women. And in order to be phenomenal women, you have to respect everybody in front of you. You got to treat the president of a university the same way you treat a custodian. Well, no better, no worse. You respect everybody. But then it comes to a time when somebody's going to chest up to you and call you out and take something that belongs to you. You absolutely can't fear them. You have to be prepared to speak, articulate, or defend what you think belongs to you. And that's the message we talk about every day. We don't look at this game as a game. We look at this game as a microcosm of life. How we prepare these young ladies right now is going to be their way for the rest of their 70-plus years. It is my responsibility to get them ready. So we respect all, but we will fear no one.
Just so I get that Shadati, you know, defends Joanna in practice, but I can't find any game where she really was plugged into this role for an extensive stretch to defend somebody. So, like, from a coaching decision standpoint, like, did you decide, well, we're going to have to take Morrison off the court even though she's doing pretty well? And how did it come about? Why, you know, what made you pick her to, you know?
My coaches said it's time. It's time to find out what she can do. And, you know, I'm smart enough to know I don't know everything. And so when you're starting with a situation where your point guard is out, can't come back in, and they're plugging away and they're scoring, and 50, no one can guard 15, you have to try everything. If we're going to lose this game, let us have everything out there. We have nothing else we could do. We look in the mirror and we say, you know what, we left it out there, good year, let's go. But if we wouldn't have played Leka and we had a chance to at least try, we wouldn't have been able to live with ourselves. So my coaches made the decision. I followed their lead. I inserted her in the lineup, and the blessings happened.
Coach, I'm back here again. Can you explain the dominance on the glass today? I mean, you out-rebounded them by 14 boards and 9 boards on offensive glass.
What I can't explain is when we don't out-rebound teams, it's who I am, it's my makeup. We build our family from the inside out, and we certainly think that we should be a rebounding team since that's what I teach. Why we don't shoot threes well, I'm not a great three-point shooter, and so usually your kids take after your coaches. So I expect us to be in the 50s if we're making missing shots, and we're supposed to out-rebound opponents. I don't care who we play. I just believe in it. Thank you guys for all you do for women's basketball.